today we're going to go ahead and take left-hand passage because it's nice and paved and there's no rappelling involved. On your left, you're going to see Popcorn Alley. I'm sure you can figure out why we call it popcorn, but it always makes me think of Sharks and Cheese popcorn. So divide. The water erodes its way from the surface downward. This cave was actually formed hypogenically, so it was formed from the bottom up. Basically what that means is there were gas or petroleum deposits underground. The vapors slowly rose, mixing with a water solution, creating an acidic solution that eroded away the limestone. Okay, you got everyone now, you did.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Good. This could be you.
Pressure's on.
Right, the pressure's on. Not to muck this up, huh? I can't do no hands on me.
Yeah, come on.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Actually one from the ceiling, but then the water table collapsed, and when the water table collapsed, it caused the rocks to be put under so much pressure from their own weight that they collapsed and fell to the floor. Excellent taste of what you'll need to see in later parts of the cave once we get to the fully active part. If there was someone in the devil's pit and somebody in these rooms were to scream, the person in the devil's pit would not be able to hear them screaming. Now that is because when you scream, it's a sound wave and normally it will travel out and disperse as normal, but in this case it's going to travel out to the walls and bounce around within the porousness of the walls. So your scream will quite literally be trapped in the walls. Right hand side, you're going to be able to see what we call our cave bacon. There are a lot of things that look like food in this cave. I'm just going to warn you right now. We got some muffins, the popcorn, cauliflower, bacon. We got a 4-course meal down here. Said, everything in this cave is calcite. We do have geodes in the shop where you can pick your own geode and we will break it open for you with our really high-tech old-fashioned pipe cutter, but those geodes are quartz geodes. Does anyone know the secret for picking a good geode?
Wait.
Yes, wait, but that doesn't count because you are a caver. So the secret is, yes, you want to go for the lighter geode because that indicates there's hollow space, which will give you the crystals that most people are thinking of when they think of geodes. Now this area is called the Narrows because there are formations that kind of stick out on either side, so make sure you watch out for that as you come through. And then there is going to be a low formation on your right hand side, so make sure you watch out for that shoulder as you exit the Narrows. And then once again there is a low formation right above the trail. If you are over 5'9", you might want to watch your head. If you're under 5'9", just walk on through. part of the cave, meaning every single formation you're going to see is growing. Some people like to call this cave, or this part of the cave, the first pretty part. Personally, I think the whole cave is pretty, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so to each their own. Now, one thing about our cave is we have halictites. Not all caves have halictites, and if they do, they kind of only have a few, and they're tucked away in the corner. We are lucky enough to have thousands, if not millions of them, and you are going to see them all along this right side wall. Now, you can see they grow really however they want. They can grow up, down, sideways. They kind of look like worms, almost. Worm and rice. Now, that is because they are formed with pressure rather than gravity. So it's how the water forces its way out of a rock rather than how gravity pulls the water down. I like to think of them as gravity defying. Now, because of that, a few of these formations have been named. I am not the one who named them, just so everyone's aware of that. We call this one our rubber chicken. And then we call this one the cave quarterback. I know nothing about football, so don't ask me. Now on either side of us, you're going to be able to see our cave coral or our cave cauliflower. Again, reverting to the food theme. It never goes away in the cave. So this is our war club room. Now it's called our war club room because of the formations hanging from the ceiling that are called war clubs. Because they kind of look like clubs. I believe they're called lion's tail at Carlsbad. Now you're going to see the top is smooth and skinny and the bottom is thick and jagged. That is caused by a process called condensation convection corrosion, or condensation corrosion. That is a circuit, if you will, of air. The hot air from lower rooms rises and makes its way through this room, which erodes away at the top of the formation. That is why the top is so smooth and skinny. Now, in order for a formation to be eroded away by condensation corrosion, it has to be dormant, because if a formation is active, that means it has water on it, and the water acts as a protective coating against the erosion. So these formations obviously had to be living to grow. Then they went dormant and were eroded away by condensation corrosion, and you can see they are now growing once again. So formation.
Hollow down in. That is so cool. It's that clear. Up here. Oh, I'm
I'm not looking forward to having to come down here and clean it out.
Oh, well, cleaning it out is the fun part. Is carrying that bucket.
Right, that's what I'm looking forward to. So this area is called the Valley of Ice. And I'm sure you can figure out why it's called the Valley of Ice. Very hard. Now, when calcite is completely pure, it's going to be clear. When calcite has tiny air bubbles trapped in it, it's going to appear to be white. And when calcite has organic material in it, it will be stained color. So this formation right next to the trail looks white because there are tiny air bubbles in it, making it appear blue. That one, it will glow under UV light, but all the lights have to be off and you notice it. So at this part of the cave, I always like to ask and make sure everyone's feeling good and wants to get through the rest of the cave. Everyone is good to continue? Now coming into this next room, make sure you watch your head. There is a low formation on the left. Please do not walk into it, it hurts. It's your experience. Yes, water running down, which is why it kind of looks like a frozen waterfall. Now this has been given a lot of names. It's been called the maple slide, the devil slide, peanut butter, caramel. Some people call it a ski slope. Personally, that's what I like to call it to go with Christmas trees. Because I'm originally from Washington, so it's a lot of granite and mud up there, and my boots do fantastic up there. Down here, horrible. I'm pretty sure I'd have better traction than flip-flops.
I was going to Irvine, so I'm glad I did not.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason the trend on hiking boots.
Oh, that's more water. Oh my gosh, you can see rippling. So
It is completely clear. It also looks like it's about 2 feet deep. In reality, it's closer to 5 feet deep.
really?
Yes. The deeper the pool of water is, the more blue or green the water is going to appear. It's only about 3.5 feet deep, which is why it doesn't look like it's as blue or green.
It's like ice.
So on your lower left, you're going to be able to see what we call our cave applesauce. Now we do call it cave applesauce for the children present, so you know if you're not a child, you go ahead and make your own mind up what you think it looks like, but keep it PG out loud. When a snowstorm clogs, it's going to start to form stalactites. So all stalactites start out as snowstorms. Now snowstorms are pretty fragile. Most caves have snowstorms, but they're only going to be 2 to 6 inches long, and that is because they have a strong air current and they have bats. We don't have either of those things. Since we don't have bats or strong air current, our snowstorms have grown up to 4 feet in length in some areas. And you can actually see right above the stairs, there are soda straws that just started to clog.
Usually go about an hour. You give them like meditation 101 and then you just let me do it.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. It's just the fact that you know someone. Like, if I had flipped those like and there wasn't anybody right there, I would have started to freak out a little bit. Isn't that nice? The name has life formations in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's all in here.
Snow balls and they come.
No other way to do it. So this is the little lower room. This is the lowest point we're going to reach on the tour. We are at a depth of 155 feet. Now this is not the deepest point in the cave. The deepest point in the cave is about 185 feet. You will be able to see a little of every formation in this room.
It goes all the way around. Dr. Spark crystals have formed on the whole floor. And you have to go through a pool where to miss the formations that you're going under, which is rare in the belly of the pool. Come out the other side.
This is pretty fun.
Oh, it's fun. It's not like that. You're not.
Only if it's stretched out like when you went up the upper belly button. I had to go up it on my back. Stretch it, and it's just some kind of a type of hormone. So you pull yourself up that thing on your chest. Has she ever done gaming with you? Oh, I'd recommend you stay to the left of the trail because there is going to be a little bit more traction. And if you are worried about your traction, you can go down sideways. That will offer you a little bit more grip.
Piece of calcite the same color, but just pointed at around it and 3D carve it.
So right now they're trying to make So this is the Crystal Palace. This is the most decorated room on the tour, and this is where we get the tour name from. This was Jack Birch's favorite room on the tour, so we have tried our hardest to keep it as pristine and as untouched as possible. This is a room full of halictites. On your right-hand side, you're going to be able to see there is a stalactite and a stalagmite that is about to touch. That is actually called a kissing column. They are separated by a mere drop of water, but it can take anywhere from 10 to 50 years for that formation to touch. It honestly just depends on the surface. There is not one rate of growth. It all is determined by the surface and the amount of water on the surface.
Too many variables.
Maybe Tower P's or something of the side.
Can everyone see it? So in 2006, the right wing of the butterfly was actually broken off. Now, back then it was a Class C misdemeanor, so all they could really do is get into construction of private property, and even that was challenging because so beneath the stairs, you're going to see there is a passageway. That passageway actually goes to the deepest point in the cave, which once again is 185 feet from the surface. Now, this is going to be the best or the worst part of the day, depending on the type of person you are and the type of day you've been having. What goes down must go up, and we're doing it manually. We have 3 zigzags followed by 3 flights of stairs. At the top of the 3rd flight of stairs, there is a rest area where we can sit down and catch our breath, and then we'll climb the rest of the way out of the cave. Now, take your time, set your own pace. We are in no hurry. And just be aware, once again, it is pretty slippery, so there will be a railing on either side to help you get up. So this area is called the belly of the whale. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea if that's what it looks like, and I'm not Googling it, so you're on your own. Personally, I think it looks like Luke Skywalker's from Planet Tatooine, or like something from Indiana Jones. Now it looks like we've taken sandpaper and manually sanded the wall down. But in reality, it is an all-natural process. Once again, that condensation corrosion that slowly erodes away at the walls. On the ceiling, you are going to be able to see